Hello and welcome to Counseling 4387 Workshop in Counseling and Human Services. I'm Dr. Simon, and today I want to go over this week's assignment. So I'm going to go to Blackboard. This week we'll be going over Chapter 4 in your textbook, which is the History, Diagnosis, and Treatment. You are going to see that there is a PowerPoint available to you, and on this PowerPoint there's information regarding the history of abnormal psychology. So there's past and present. So you will need to go over this PowerPoint. There's information that's available on the slides, and then there's more information down here in the notes area. So when you review the PowerPoint, you're going to want to make sure that not only are you looking at the slides, but you are also reading the information that's down at the bottom that gives a little more insight into the history of abnormal psychology. In addition to the PowerPoint that's available for abnormal psychology, there is also handout slides that go along with Chapter 4. So if you were to pull that up, you will also see that this is a tool that you can use. It's not a requirement that you have to use this, but this goes along, and there are handouts to help you with the notes. So when you pull it up, you'll see that it goes along with your textbook. It is a little lengthy, which is why I say it's up to you on whether or not you decide to use it. This is an option, but it is really good because it gives you an outline of what the chapter is going to be and something that you can use for your notes. You will have a quiz over both the PowerPoint for the diagnosis and treatment for Chapter 4. You will also have questions regarding the history. To go along with the clinical assessments, you have a discussion board that is going to ask you to take 2 clinical assessments. So if we go back, you'll see that the discussion board for week 2 is here, and what it asks you to do is to visit one of 2 websites that allow you to take clinical assessments for free. You're going to compare and contrast the 2 that you choose, and you're going to post and let us know whether or not you feel they were reliable and valid, and if you are confident in the results of the assessment, why or why not. So I'm going to take you to one of the websites. So I chose the psych test, but you have the option of either one. And so this is what the psych test looks like. And you can choose 2 from this website, or you may choose one from this one and one from the Kingdom. It is completely your choice. Just make sure that you take 2 so you can compare and contrast them. Make sure that you give yourself enough time to take the quizzes or the assessments. They do tell you about how long they're going to take. So let's say I decided to choose an assessment over lifestyle and attitudes, and I choose self-esteem. It does give you some information, and you have to make sure that you agree that this is for personal use. So there is no diagnosis at the end of this, but this is something that you can use for personal use to give you an assessment. So you would check the box, and then you take the test. This one here tells you how many questions and roughly about how long it will take. Now it varies on which one you take as to how long. Some of them say 15 minutes. I looked at one the other day and it was 60 minutes. So it just depends on how long the test is that you're going to take. It's not a Facebook quiz, so it may take you a little bit of time. So just make sure that you're paying attention to that. So you go through. One of the things about this, and I'm just popping on just so you can see this, it will let you know if you don't answer all the questions. So make sure that you fill it out entirely and try and be as honest as possible so that you can get a good reading of what this says. So I took one earlier so that you can see the results. Now it'll give you a brief snapshot of what the results come through, and if you want to learn more, then they'll ask you for more information if you want to buy it, but you don't have to for this assignment. This assignment, just getting what they give you here for free, is all that you will need to complete this assignment and give your compare and contrast in your opinion. So this is one, and then you could take another, and that's what you would use to compare. In addition to the discussion board that you'll have, you will also have a quiz. As I stated before, this quiz is going to cover the history, diagnosis, and treatment. There are 10 questions to the quiz, and they're random questions, which means your quiz will not look like another member's in the class. It is timed. You have 30 minutes. Feel free to use your notes or your book, but it is timed, and once that time runs out, then you will no longer be able to take that quiz. Please make sure that you are paying attention to the deadlines, because you will have until Thursday at 11:59 in order to complete the quiz. So next week. So it will post this Thursday, and you have until next Thursday to get the quiz and the discussion board complete. As you're completing information, you're filling things out on the discussion board, please remember that this is an online class, and information that you post cannot guarantee the confidentiality of it. So please be careful about the personal information that you do provide, because we can't guarantee that the information that you put on here is going to stay within this realm. So please make sure you consider that. And if you read in the syllabus, it does give you the netiquette of things, do's and don'ts, when you are posting and doing discussion boards in our online setting. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the virtual office. If it's a general question that may help your classmates, if you have a question that is of personal nature that involves just you, then you may shoot me an email. I hope you enjoy this week, and I look forward to reading your post. You guys have a great week, and I will talk to you again next week.